Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Newsbrowse News broadcast. University of Ottawa professor Thomas Juneau, a scholar researching transnational repression, reports an uptick in threats from Iran's regime targeting its diaspora in Canada. Juneau noted that Tehran tends to threaten dissidents abroad when it feels cornered, particularly since the start of the U.S. war on Iran. Iranian Canadians are already reporting increased threats against themselves and their relatives in Iran. This information was presented to the House Subcommittee on International Human Rights. Meanwhile, Canadian members of Parliament are also scrutinizing Canada's decision to issue a visa to an Iranian Soccer Federation official, only to later deport them back to Tehran. Mark Kirsten, a University of the Fraser Valley professor specializing in international law, argues that Canada should have prosecuted the official instead. He believes this approach would deter Iran from sending human rights abusers to Canada in the future. Public Safety Minister Gary Ann Dodd-Sangaree's office has not yet provided a comment on the matter. The Canadian Press. Radio Canada International reports that the federal government officially broke ground on Monday for a national monument in Ottawa dedicated to Canadians who served in the Afghanistan War. The memorial, located on the Breton Flats near the Canadian War Museum, will honor the 158 Canadian Armed Forces members who died, along with a diplomat, 4 aid workers, a government contractor, and a journalist, as well as over 40,000 veterans. Canada's longest combat deployment, the Afghanistan mission, saw its last soldiers withdrawn in 2014, leaving many with psychological trauma. The project, initially slated for a 2027 unveiling, is now expected to be completed in late 2028. Its development has been mired in controversy, stemming from initial criticisms of the chosen site and a bitter dispute over the design. In 2021, the Liberal government controversially overturned an independent jury's unanimous selection of Team Doust's design, opting instead for Team Stimpson's concept following an online survey. This decision drew sharp criticism for undermining the procurement process, leading to a $100,000 out-of-court settlement with Team Doust Knach Gradixendover in and Light Eve, with doubly so graphic grados. Pourquoi d'aldur in time d'Tanglis un 2025. The Canadian Competition Bureau is actively challenging Keyera Corp's proposed acquisition of Plains All American Pipeline LP's natural gas liquids (NGL) business in Canada. Announced on Tuesday, this move stems from the regulator's concerns that the $5.15 billion deal would significantly diminish competition at the vital Fort Saskatchewan, Alberta natural gas liquids hub. The Bureau argues that increased market concentration would grant the merged entity undue power to raise prices, impose less favorable contract terms on producers, and reduce incentives for capacity expansion. Interim Commissioner Jean Pratt emphasized the importance of competitive energy markets for investment, innovation, productivity, and economic growth in Canada, stating that this action aims to protect Canadian producers from the adverse effects of reduced choice. Keyera, Corp has voiced its disagreement with the Commissioner's assertions and characterization of the transaction, indicating its intention to formally respond to the application. The Calgary-based energy infrastructure company maintains that the deal will actually enhance competition across the basin, offering customers improved market access and greater flexibility in handling, transporting, and selling their products. The regulatory proceeding does not currently prevent the transaction from closing, according to Keyera. This report is from the Canadian Press. According to CTV News, a Thorncliffe Park apartment building has once again been affected by a fire. The new blaze erupted today while crews were actively engaged in remedial work at the site. This incident has reignited concerns regarding the safety and conditions of the building, which has evidently faced previous fire-related issues. CTV News reporter Beth McDonnell is on the scene, providing updates on the situation as it unfolds. The recurring nature of these incidents points to potential underlying problems that may need further investigation. CTV News reports that a BC RCMP officer, Const Keegan Schneider, who works in the Vancouver Island community of Port McNeill, has been charged with assault. This single criminal count was approved by the BC Prosecution Service on Monday. The alleged incident that led to the charge occurred in Port McNeill on June 21, 2025, which was last summer. Few other details regarding the incident have been released to the public. It remains unclear whether Const Schneider was on duty at the time the alleged assault took place, or if he is still on active duty following the initiation of the criminal investigation. CTV News has reached out to the BC RCMP for further information regarding these circumstances. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.